This is TheSkullKlown.
Are you kidding me? All because of money. Alright, let's get started. Spider-Man is not in the Marvel Cinematic Universe anymore. How do I feel about it? I'm mixed, to be quite honest, because at first I was like, what the fuck? But the more I'm hearing other people's opinions, you know, you get the head rolling and you're like, you know what? This could be good. This could be a good thing, and this could be a bad thing, you know? Some people still see it as a bad thing. Let's look in the positives real quick. Alright, for this to happen, what could be good come out of it? Spider-Man doesn't have to be on a thread with Disney, you know? Not like, I don't know, Deadpool, right? I don't know, I think I watched the second Deadpool movie, but I fell asleep on it. That's probably a good movie, and I slept on it. But anyways, moving on. I don't know. If with Sony, we'll probably get something a little bit better. Well, probably not. For crying out loud, what was it? When supposedly, I don't know if this is true or not, so take this with a grain of salt. Before Disney even got put Spider-Man in it, because, you know, Sony was supposed to make that, technically I think Sony did make that movie anyways, but I don't even know. Sometimes I don't even know who makes these movies anymore. It's like Marvel, and then we got fucking Sony, and then we got another company, Disney, and it's like, who's making what movies now? But to be quite honest, this whole thing about fighting each other, of like getting money between Disney and Sony, mainly because what is it, Disney kind of wanted more of the percentage, you know, this time. They got like 5%, and Sony just tossed them another 5%, and they didn't want that. They wanted 50%. And to be quite honest, I don't blame Sony for being like, what the fuck? To be quite honest, if you had a product though, think about it. If it was 30, if they said 35%, I think Sony would have been like, we'll think about it, you know, at least. Because I think Sony would at least think about that, at least for me. You know, if I was an executive at Sony, if I heard 35%, you know, if Sony wanted to share it with Spider-Man, I would have been like, for me, if it was me, I would have been like, yeah, go ahead, you know, obviously. As long as it's not a big chunk amount, like 50%. Because, again, that is a lot, to be quite honest. That's like, you're both sharing two superheroes, and you fighting both of them, you know? And the thing is, when I didn't, to be quite honest, I haven't watched the new Spider-Man movie yet, I'm sorry, and I haven't watched Into the Spider-Verse either, so I'm sorry, and I haven't watched the Endgame either. Yes, I know, what am I doing right now? Oh, I don't know, I'm paying attention to my fucking channel, maybe that's why. But eventually I'll get to it. At least I haven't been watching a lot of Marvel stuff lately, so there you go. And to be honest, ask yourself that question. If someone asked you 50% of your character, like say of me, if breaking the fourth wall again, if I was making a movie of the TheSkullKlown, an executive producer didn't really thought it would probably make money, but, you know, we'd probably grab it or something like that. Why not? You know, for the hell of it. And then it makes fucking months of money, you know, and then that shit goes to you. And then they'd be like, could we get like 50% of it? Of course you're going to be like, fuck you, you know? Because you're going to be like, no, dude, maybe you can get 25 or 35%, because obviously without you, this shit won't be out there, obviously. But 50%, dude, that other 50% has to come, I need to, you know, sometimes you need to waste money to make more money anyway. So all of that percentage has to be going to somewhere, right? And I know Disney is like dying. So is kind of Sony. These are the two, it's funny, these two companies are butting heads on one character that I love and enjoy, but it's so fun of those two companies freaking killing each other, to be quite honest. Sony, Marvel, and Disney. Well, all three companies, to be quite honest. Most people might say it's Sony and Disney. Yes, it's mostly Sony and Disney. I know, guys. I know. And it's really crazy. And I could see this not... yes, I could see this backfiring too. But I can also see this in another way of like, hey, we could probably get good movies of Spider-Man that we always wanted, you know? And the thing is, when I saw the well, I didn't see the movie, but when I saw the trailers of the Spider-Verse movie, I told myself, okay, cool. Marvel/Disney has the live-action Spider-Man, and Sony has the animated one. Okay, cool. And they got Venom. You know what? Sony's doing what they want. They don't have their their Sinister Six movie, but you know what? That's kind of happening in the Marvel side of things / Disney. So you know what? They're getting that too. So it's pretty good for Spider-Man. You know, I was up for that. Now it's like this, and I'm just like, okay, you know. And I don't blame Disney for bearing out. I kind of blame a little bit of, not Disney, Sony. Because you got to look at the perspective of someone taking that much of a percentage, you know? It's like saying, yeah, in a way, I don't blame Disney either. Because Sony fucking is like 5%. 5%. Motherfucker! My God! If you at least put it 35% or 25%, I think we wouldn't have this conversation to begin with. If you did it the first time you gave Spider-Man to Disney/Marvel, you know? But Sony wants to be, again, money grubbers. But, hey, so does fucking Disney. Disney sees that freaking pie, and they want that share. And Sony does not want to share none of it. Again, can you blame them? Can you blame them? Spider-Man for them has made money for them. Even though they fucked up. Alright? For kind of loud. Again, going back to when they were going to make another Spider-Man movie, reboot it again. Supposedly they were going to cater to the new generation of teens. You know, like my sister. And that's it. That's all they were going to do. And then thank God Kevin Feige came and rewrite the whole script, and we got what we got of Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And thank God for that, because once I heard that, I was like, even when you were going to put him with Disney, you were going to fuck up Sony? The fuck is wrong with you? It's the business model of Sony that fucks this shit up sometimes. And hey, most people are like, oh, you're talking about Sony a little bit. I'm going to dislike this video or just leave the video or something like that. Not my fans or, well, my friends and family on YouTube. Because it's not, I know you guys won't do that because you guys like my opinions and I like yours too. Even though we might disagree and all that shit and it doesn't really matter. But still, it's like, Sony, what the fuck is wrong with you? But again, I don't blame them bailing out. But at the same time, the philosophy of working is stupid as fuck. And the guy that put Venom in Spider-Man 3, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3, he needs to leave Sony now. Like, I am dead fucking serious. I was happy to see Venom in Spider-Man 3. I enjoy Spider-Man 3, Sam Raimi's version. A lot of people don't like it. That is fine. Is it my favorite version of the Sam Raimi movies? Fuck no. It's Spider-Man 2. Always. Always and foremost. Oh, best superhero movie ever. Hands down. But Mary Jane is crap in that movie. That's the only flaw about that movie. Mary Jane. I'm sorry. Like, what the fuck? I need to review that movie again. But moving on. Again, I don't know his name. But I'm sure someone will enlighten me in the comment sections about his name. Thank you, by the way, for that. Again, it's the business model of Sony that keeps fucking up, and then fucking up, and then fucking up. And that's why we're in this situation too. It's not because of just Disney, it's Sony also. You know, and Marvel, poor Marvel. Marvel's in the background, like, literally, like, you know how Wire Coyote is, just literally with a freaking tiny black umbrella, and with a fucking boulder falling on him, and the boulder is literally freaking Sony and Disney. Someone put a meme of that, please. Because that needs to be 100% real, because that is accurate as fuck. Oh, and please give me a shout out if you do. Just a shout out, that's all I care about. But this is, I don't know. Again, we could get good Spider-Man movies without the Disney brand on it, because Disney would just for crying out loud. They didn't even want to get Deadpool, for crying out loud, because Deadpool's too violent for kids. Oh my god! So what are you gonna do when you make a Howard the Duck movie, guys? People are gonna think Howard the Duck. People that don't know Howard the Duck. People are going to look at him as like a Donald Duck that curses and swears. And smokes weed and fucks chicks. Well, he doesn't smoke weed, he smokes cigars. But he fucks chicks, like human chicks. Because he was sent to our world, you know? Howard the Duck got it, man. To be honest, I want a Howard the Duck movie, to be honest. I want a remake of that movie. Most people think that movie sucks. To be honest, it's quite enjoyable, in my opinion. I like that. Most people might hate it, but remember this. It is the very first Marvel movie. Sink that in. Sink that in. It was made by George Lucas, too. Oh my god! It's like the past was telling the future. I know there were other Marvel movies, but they weren't like on on the big screen, you know, these were basically. So with this whole thing of, I don't even know what to say after that, to be honest, because everything that's going on with with Disney and Sony is really pathetic. They should grow up. I agree. The Lexman said this too. Grow a set of balls and be like, hey, yes, we might lose some money, but at least another company can use them properly, you know? And I'm really talking about Sony at this point. And with this whole shit of, the thing is too, I'm not blaming as much of Sony, I'm more blaming of Disney, mainly because Disney's trying to fucking monopoly everything. So I won't be surprised if they try to take away fucking Spider-Man from Sony. Is it the right thing to do? In the fans' eyes, in my eyes, I think yes, because it goes to Marvel. But it won't go to Marvel, it'll just be at Disney. And that's the problem. All these studios want these fucking characters, and the characters that make them can't fucking put license to them or trademark them. Because all the people want to be like, no, mine, I'm a child, I'm a child. My god, my niece is fucking mature than you, literally. And she pouts and melts all the fucking goddamn time. Shit, it's freaking ridiculous. It's sad, it makes you look sad as a company. And your reputation, your reputation, especially Sony's, that went down a long time ago. Sony doesn't have a reputation in my eyes. If someone thinks they still have a reputation, to be honest, I was going to talk shit, but to be honest, I implore you, because you're giving them hope, and I have no hope for them. For crying out loud, they were going to make a Mario Brothers movie. And I know that would end up terrible, because if you hear the concept of that movie, oh my god. And if you see concept art of what Mario looked like, he looked lazy. He looked like he looked high as fuck, so who knows, maybe that movie would have been faithful to the game. Who the fuck knows? But at least it goes to the people that made fucking Minions. Great! That's other things that are wrong with this freaking structure of shit. So, the more I point stuff out that are wrong with other companies, the more it just proves of how these companies are with these groping shit. You don't need the money. You don't need the money. Oh, we do. For what? For your vacation? For what? To have for like a year or more than that? And then what's happening? What happens when all that money's gone? All of it. And by the way, when you die, you're not gonna take that shit with you, bitch. kiss my ass and kiss it, because that shit is 100% true. So, I think I should just end this video right now. These two companies need to grow up, have a set of balls, and be like, alright, here's this, here's what we're going to do. 35%, take it or leave it, and we will show both of these characters, okay? And what I want too, it's Tom Holland to be in a Venom movie. I want that to happen. I do, I want that to happen. To me, if that happened, it would seal the kiss of Sony and Disney being okay, in my opinion. In my opinion. I'm not saying it is, but in my opinion, at least they'd be like, and that's it. Instead of, you know, that's Marvel and Disney, at least right now. And Marvel is just like, I feel dirty. And Disney's like, you keep saying that, but I'm making all of this money. Oh, I am such a whore. So, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and tell me what you guys think about this video, and tell me what you guys think about Sony and Disney. Freaking... What do you think about Sony just bailing out in general? Mainly because what Disney was doing, you know? If you hear the stories of what Disney was saying to Sony, and then what Sony was just like, what the fuck, you know? You want 50% of what we have, even though, yes, I don't, that's the thing, I can't blame more than the other, even though I could blame a little bit more about Disney because they're trying to take everything, you know? But at the same time, I still need to be like devil's advocate here, because one is trying to, I don't know. Oh, it's making my brain go crazy. But whatever, guys. See you guys later.
This is the SkullKlown signing off. Have a nice day.